Hi, it's Ewan Ellery here making bonsai in Australia, and in this video I'm going through what I'm doing to make a new batch of soil. So almost a couple of years ago I did make my first video on putting bonsai soil together, and there's a few main things that you do need to focus on when you are making soil. And those factors are that you're making soil that has adequate drainage, so it doesn't get clogged up with water and just start rotting roots, that it has appropriate water retention, so that being so that it retains moisture in the roots so that the plant can continue to feed on that water through the course of the day. Where it has adequate water retention, that also helps in the sense of it's actually able to also absorb nutrients that are in the soil from your fertilizers and the like. So it'll hold those nutrients, and the plants will be able to also feed off that over time. And the last aspect that you want in your soil is also aeration. So that being it's loose enough so that oxygen can actually get into the soil, because you actually need oxygen in the soil for your plants to grow healthily as well. So this here is the soil that I made in that latest video, and it's worked quite well for quite a number of my plants. The only problem being is that that particular soil, it is quite made up of quite granular bits, so it has a lot more aeration than other soil mixes. Now that can be a good thing specifically for your deciduous trees, but there are a lot of other trees that do kind of like a little bit more granular kind of size texture in the soil. So for that purpose, a lot of my videos, and I'll leave a linked example above, but a lot of my videos I actually have included a mixture of other soil in there as well, just to not have as much of air pockets in the soil. So what I'm going to do today is base my original soil mix off, base today's soil mix off this one. Yes, I will be also introducing a few other mixed elements to the mix. So these are the additional aspects that I'll be including. So just to add to this, I've got a bit of akadama, which is like a clay, and then I've also got just this like volcanic rock, which is quite coarse and thick grained, and then I've also got some bark, so bark adding a bit of natural element to the soil. So the reason why I've got these is these are actually three items you can pick up from Bunnings Warehouse, very popular store in Australia. So you can pick all of these up for, I think they range between about $6 to $10 per bag, depending on what you're getting. And if you mix these three together, that actually does make quite a sufficient soil just in itself. It's got the Vermiculite, which is similar to akadama in the sense that it's kind of a fired clay, and then you've got your perlite, which is that volcanic rock, and your peat moss, which has that organic element to the soil, very good for holding nutrients. Very early days use a mix that was entirely just three of these, and it works really well for a lot of things, particularly if you're trying to propagate plants and the likes. Only thing I really didn't like about it was there was very light soil, so it would be hard to kind of hold plants down in a pot with it until they got a bit established. So I'd need to be wiring a lot more often, and if not wiring, putting rocks on the soil and such. So what I'm going to do is mix these elements with the elements from my other soil mix and hopefully get a good middle ground. So the first component is going to be this scoria stone. So this whole bag I got from, I think it was around $8 from Bunnings as well. Now my other video I do cover a lot of substitutes for some of these things that you can get quite cheaply, so you can check that out as well. But what I'll be doing is I'll be putting maybe about a fifth of this in, about a fifth of akadama, about a fifth of the bark, and then after that I'll put in little bits of the finer substrate. And then I've got my orchard bark. Good mix of this finer 5 to 7 millimeter orchard bark, then the akadama, which is relatively fine, going down finer for a lot of the small bits as it really does start to break out down over time, and then the rock, which is a lot thicker. So just mixing this. So that's the current mix, and essentially the same as what I had last time. So now I'm just going to add in a bit of the finer stuff. So there you have the new soil. So you can see there, there's quite a good mix of different kind of mixtures in that. Now, one tip I would advise is to wear a mask while you're doing that. It does get quite a bit of dust and stuff just coming up in the air. But so look, that's what I've done to make this lot of soil. So you'll be able to watch in my videos as I release them, the plants that I use this soil on, and then you'll be able to see how it works over time. So look, I hope you've enjoyed this video or taken something from it. If you have, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel to be notified with my future videos as I release them. But look, thanks for your time today. Enjoy. Bye.